During the second wave of Operation Epic Fury, Western analysts were stunned when Iranian air defenses successfully tracked and shot down several stealth targets. For the first time, U.S. pilots reported being locked on by enemy radars while still hundreds of miles from their targets, something previously thought impossible for Iran. The West was caught off guard by how precisely Iran struck back, hitting U.S. and Israeli bases across the region and destroying the $300 million radar of the U.S. THAAD system. The U.S. had to use its best missiles just to defend itself, which is why it burned through its advanced weapons stockpile in just 1 week. The U.S. believes China is behind this support. The Iran war is not the easy victory the U.S. expected. Any miscalculation or long engagement could cost more than ever and weaken the U.S. position in the world, particularly regarding Taiwan. Here is why the Iran war is more complicated than it looks, and how it could spark further wars around the world that could change history and shift global power. Intelligence reports from February 27, 2026, the day before the war, showed 16 Chinese military transport planes landing in Iran within 56 hours. China reportedly delivered the YLC-8B radar to Iran, which can detect stealth aircraft. China also shares real-time satellite imagery to help Iran hit high-value U.S. and Israeli targets, and gave Iran access to its Beidou 3 navigation system, making Iranian missiles extremely accurate and immune to GPS jamming. China is closely watching every U.S. move in this war, studying its weapons and estimating how much is left in its stockpile. By helping Iran, China is also testing its own equipment against the U.S. Useful information for a future move on Taiwan. The U.S. and Israel feel they are winning so far, and the numbers back that up. But winning a long war is very different from winning quickly, and long wars tend to drain the resources you need elsewhere. In just 1 week of fighting Iran, America used up 25 to 33% of its most advanced missiles, THAAD and SM-3. These are not ordinary weapons. THAAD destroys ballistic missiles 40 kilometers up in the sky. SM-3 does the same from warships. They are America's main shield against China's best weapons, and if you order a replacement THAAD today, it won't arrive until 2030 because it is expensive and hard to make. The dangerous thing about fighting Iran is that it never stays simple or contained. Iran's whole strategy is not to win, it's to drain you, wear you down, pull you in deeper. Hezbollah activates in Lebanon, Houthis restart attacks in the Red Sea. Iraqi militias hit U.S. bases. Each one is a small fire. Together, they become an uncontrollable blaze, all demanding American attention, weapons, and money. History shows this again and again. America entered Iraq in 2003 expecting a quick war. It stayed 20 years. Afghanistan was meant to be a short, clean mission. It became the longest war in U.S. history. Long wars are hard to escape once you're in them. And every extra month America is stuck in the Middle East, China is quietly waiting. China has wanted Taiwan for 75 years, since 1949. When the nationalist government fled to the island. Taiwan is not just a matter of pride anymore. It produces over 90% of the world's most advanced computer chips. Whoever controls Taiwan controls the technology that powers every modern economy, military, and AI system on the planet. China is patient. It does not want a good moment. It wants the perfect moment. And what does that look like? Exactly like this. A U.S. military with half its missiles gone. A U.S. government swallowed by a Middle Eastern war, an American public with no appetite for another fight, a U.S. Navy split between two oceans. China doesn't need to create that opportunity. The U.S. is creating it for them. History has shown this pattern before. Every time America got pulled into a major war, something dangerous happened elsewhere. While America bled in Vietnam, the Soviets pushed into Africa and Afghanistan. While America was recovering from Iraq, China quietly built military islands in the South China Sea with runways and missiles, and nobody noticed because the world was looking the other way. The irony is painful. America would be firing $10 million missiles in the Middle East while leaving the Pacific, where the real future of global power is decided, wide open. If China moves on Taiwan, America cannot respond the way it did in Iraq or Afghanistan. This is not a counterterrorism mission. This is the world's largest navy, biggest army, nuclear weapons, hypersonic missiles, and satellite-killing technology, moving on an island just 100 miles from its coast. You cannot respond to that when you are exhausted. You cannot stop it with empty missile stocks, and you cannot fight that war while also being stuck in Iran. History's worst military disasters, France in 1940, Britain losing Singapore, Pearl Harbor, all had one thing in common. Leadership was focused on the wrong place at the wrong time. The real danger is not that China wants war, it's that America, by staying too long in the wrong fight, might accidentally give China the opening it has been waiting for.